Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to explore what it would take to push Palantir down to $4. It's a very interesting topic, or I was interested before making this video if it's even possible. And we are doing this because I got a comment by a subscriber who said, I believe Palantir be trading below $4 a share, so I won't be averaging down on it until I see that price range. So this got me thinking, is this even possible? So I had to look over my Palantir model and I had to see what this would take. So this is going to be an interesting video. It's going to be a nerdy video. And if you guys like this content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button that is down there. And if you want to go further, check out the first link in the description box below, where you can go to our Patreon, support the channel from $5 a month and get access to all the evaluations that we use on this channel. And you get direct access to me and you support us. So go ahead and check it out. So let's do a little bit of a recap about Palantir. So Palantir has been falling a lot. It was $44 at one point, and now it's trading at $7.41. I believe there's only been like 3 or 4 days in the history of Palantir when the price has been lower. This is where we are currently. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 days and 5 here where the price has been lower. So it's trading at the lowest of lowest levels. And currently it has a market cap of $15.3 billion. But you have to keep in mind that Palantir has $2.4 billion, or let's say $2.5 billion for easy math, of cash on account. So you are really paying a bit less than $12 billion for the company and you get the $2.5 billion in cash. So if the stock were to go below $4, your valuation would be around $8 billion, while they still have the $2.5 billion in cash. So what you would be paying for the company is actually $5.5 billion. Now, that is a crazy small number. Nevertheless, I was still very curious. Is it possible, physically possible, that the stock would go here? And what would make the stock go down to this level? So I can say I don't think it's highly probable that the stock will go here just from a valuation standpoint, but the stock market has been so irrational that anything is imaginable for me. All I know is if the stock does go down to $4, I will be selling my mother, my wife, and my kids to be buying more shares of Palantir. But that's just me. This is not investment advice. And as far as valuation, let's check out what it would take to get Palantir fundamentally to be at fair value at $4. So this is my Palantir valuation model. This is the one that you get access to when you sign up with the first link in the description box below for our Patreon. And I have made some assumptions here. Some of it I do need to change, but my key assumption was that Palantir is going to increase revenue by 30%. We know that this year it's probably not going to happen. I am a believer that Palantir is going to go back to 30% and above, but that remains to be seen. Then a big weakness in my calculation is that I'm doing this on a free cash flow basis. And for example, Snowflake on their investor presentation gave a very clear target that in 2029, they are planning to be, at this revenue level, and they will have a GAAP operating margin of 20%. So it's very easy to think with. Palantir has not given such a clue, so I have to use my imagination. And my imagination says that I think they will have a 25% GAAP operating margin once they are big enough and mature enough. And until then, I'm basically modeling their free cash flow. So this is a weakness in the model, but because technically they're not a profitable company, this is an easy way to get a valuation. So I just went with it. Then I am thinking with them diluting shares by 3% per year. I know currently it's more than this, but Carp said that they will cut down on the stock-based compensation and they will be like a normal company. And this is what a normal company would be doing. So if you look at it, my target share price for 2025 with these tricks in place is $27. I am counting with $1.1 billion in operating profit and a 57p which would be a 1.9 PEG ratio with the 30% growth. And that would give a market cap of 62 billion. And if you divide that by the outstanding shares that is, increased with the dilution, then you get $27. And I target a return rate of 30% per year. And I already see that I need to adjust this because half the year is already gone and it's only 3.5 years that we need to think with. But if we want to do a fair calculation, then we would use like a normal discount rate, which is, 10%. So we use 10%. So if you're okay with a 10% return per year and you believe in this thesis, then by 2025, Palantir shares will be $27 and the share price is attractive to you as long as it's below $19.11. So now obviously we need to see how the fair value could come down to below $4. So obviously we take the first thing that we can take. We need to massively lessen the growth rate. Let's lessen the growth rate to 20%, which would obviously lessen our PE. And I like to calculate with a fair price of double the growth. So if the growth is 20%, then I think, especially for this type of company, PE of 40 is a very fair calculation. So in 2025, this would result in a share price of 14. If we're discounting with, a normal market discount rate, then the share price today would still be a good buy at 9.74. And I want to remind you that Palantir is like two companies together. They have a government section and they have a commercial section. And people were freaking out about the fact that their growth has slowed. And it's very important that you divide up where and what has slowed. And the government section has slowed with a very, very good explanation to me, at least. I mean, I ate up their explanation and I totally believe it. They're basically saying that these government contracts are very, very lumpy. And because they're very big contracts, billions of dollars, sometimes you get 100% increase and sometimes you get a very little increase. But if you look back 10 years in the past, you have an average of 35% growth. So I completely eat this up. I'm fine with this. And the commercial is growing like insane. And there isn't really a sign of slowing down. Now, I know some people in the comment section are going to go like, they went from 55% to 46% growth. Both are freaking fast, okay? I don't really consider it a slowdown if you go from 46 to 43 and then 50 and then 45. It's in the same range. And at the rate that they're going, I'm also going to do a video about this. The commercial will outgrow the government. So let's say that the government is effed. It's never going to grow more than 10%, okay? I think it's completely outside of reality, but let's say that is the case. It's never going to grow more than 10%. Then in 3 or 4 years, the commercial revenue is going to be such a big part of Palantir that the growth rate of Palantir will come back because the commercial will just be the growth engine of the company at that point. So if you don't believe me, do the math, but yes. So the reason why I'm saying this is because we need to have a scenario for Palantir to be below $4 where it massively slows down both on the government and both on the business. And on the business, there's no sign of slowing down. Yes, the government is slowing down, but it's probably going to catch back up. So I just want to emphasize how unlikely the scenarios that we're going into. And we're still at $9. Remember, we need to go below $4. So let's lessen the growth to 10% per year. And let's lessen then the PE to 20. So now we have a share price of $5, and with the discount rate, we have $3.44 as a target price for the shares. So we had to come down for the whole company to grow at 10%, having a ridiculous PE for a SaaS software company, for the company to go below $4. Now, what are the chances of this happening? Currently, I think it's impossible. So let's see, what is the exact number that gets you to 4? Let's see, 12%. Yeah, we're getting closer, but if it's 12%, then we need to increase the PE. Yeah, we're immediately over. So 11%. Yeah, so basically it would have to come down to about 11% growth and a 22 PE in 2025, 4 years in a row not growing, for the price to be a fair value at below $4. What is the chances of this in my universe happening? Of course, this is my opinion, not investment advice. Ain't no way that this is happening. So if you're waiting to buy Palantir at below $4, you're going to wait for a long time. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you in the next video. And subscribe if you haven't. Ciao, ciao.